see if we see any signs of that fatigue. 4 players are set up here towards A, so it's a good read early on. Going to be Wakadia as that early warning system. As Naf comes around the corner and finds himself a fight. Wakadia, though, finds himself a headshot jumping around from Shuei, but now everybody's here. The trap has been activated, and that they know. Might be able to sneak a bomb plant here if they go fast, but battling into this plays into Aurora's hands. Antares. Pluck one away, falls to ultimate. And he is shot in the back of the head. Jota coming around at just the right moment. You can see Maja's already starting to get a little antsy, clearing out Banana, taking this space. That flank will come through quickly, but Jota dead. Well, this is going to get interesting, because if they test the smoke, it's actually going to be a B-split. Santaris is coming back to deal with this. But he might get overwhelmed. 3 players on. Santaris gonna need to be snappy on this aim. And here comes the swing. He's overwhelmed. Now Maja's in a really tough spot. The bottom Banana player and Nerds can start to activate. You still have this threat of Twist, but Twist cleaned up, and Maja holding the line with the MP9. Flashbang's good. He thought he might have had all 3. But there should be the chance at the bomb plant. They're gonna have to go quick on it. Naf has a Molotov. They have a smoke for Nerds as well. Can section off these vision. That's nicely done. Molly behind the smoke to absolutely guarantee it. Naf needs to get this bomb down now.
Oof, that's a little late for the bomb to go down, but it's okay because the smoke is guising things off. Wakadia looking over the smoke, catches Naf, and now it's all up to Nerds, and he falls as well. Great work from Wakadia, but we can't forget Majer at the beginning of this round, or I should say the midway point of the round.
Explode on towards the site. Santar's overwhelmed. This time Majer might be in trouble. Wakadia comes into support, but this is through the smoke, and now a headshot landed. This could be the breakthrough that Liquid were looking for. Wakadia tries to hold the line, but Ultimate's got the edge. That Galil kill might just dissent it. A 2v4 on the retake. The nade doesn't find one of the low HP players, and this is an AWP. This is value. Want to attempt the retake. Jota just around the corner. Finds the new box player.
Oh.
But Twist can trade it. A Woxic, he's running out of time. Doesn't have a kit. The rotation from Naf. Naf is all the way on the other side of the world. Oh boy.
I can expect this.
Better get a move on, but yeah, back out. And now an AWP to be claimed. Expect the unexpected. Naf could have left a window for that defuse, but we get the double up flower pots here.
Wow.
Growing some tall flowers out of these.
I love this play, though. Just, it's...
Peer right over any smoke that might come through.
It's a big commitment manpower-wise, though.
Santaris. Destroyed. 1 for 1 there, but it's Santaris down. You're going to take that exchange every day of the week. Question becomes Jota. Smoke to block. This is the smoke he wants to peer over. They're never going to expect it on the check. Now they know. This setup is rumbled, but somehow none of the bullets on that spray find home. And a flashbang back through the 5-7 is devastating. Falls to Shuei to pick up the pieces. His teammates left scattered on the ground, and he could do no such thing. He's been their analyst for a long time. Comes from a data science background, comes from the analytics background. They've talked about him as their secret weapon in the past. He's a real genius brainiac type of guy. So you know they're going to be playing the percentages with him in the coaching role, and Ultimate has just found a nice percentage opener.
If they go back A, they have a free site. They don't have a clue about that just yet. The problem is if Jota gets towards bottom Banana, then you're hemmed in and you have to fight your way out of it. But right now, Jota's not really sure which direction he wants to go in. Now he's clearing out alt mid. Eventually, well, they're going to engage towards top Banana anyway. Nerds is going to get that opener onto Acadia. Woxic looks for a follow-up and does find it. There are the frags coming through, and at the end of the chaos, Woxic, still hits a shot as he was pretty much down to dirt, no questions asked. So makes it a 1v2 clutch for Jota.
Got to be able to make sure that he can't be on them while they plant this bomb into their post plants. He's got to smoke Molly Flash. If he identifies these spots, I mean, this is going to be a tough one. Ultimate's got to swing. Ultimate's got to swing, and Jota plays that to perfection. Now the 1v1, but Twists on the angle, not missing. Secures them the round. These rounds have come down to the thinnest of margins, but an AWP taken through once again.
If it doesn't, we just save, and that's exactly the case. Some upgrades come through. In fact, only one. It's a 5-7 for Jota. Everything else is as expected. It is the eco. Money's just not healthy enough to continue forcing, especially on that CT side. Twist, opening duel, looks the wrong way. Xantera is playing right in front of that boiler entrance. He takes advantage with the off angle, and now he's looking for more. Can't get another one, though. Naf, the instant trade.
My shot's out from Naf, who's been looking a little sharp. It's been a tough year for him as an individual.
Yeah.
Not usually the player you expect to slump from, but it's been distinctly slumpy. Ooh, Ultimate's in danger here. Ultimate's in danger. He's been left alone. Eyes on the angle. That's the bomb. That's a problem. Even if they take the A site now, the C4's compromised. So they have to go back for it. And now players bunched up on site playing whack-a-mole over the boxes. That's how you want to field the pistols. And this is a big blunder now for Liquid. They bail out. They find the right escape route. Parachute cord pulled. Now it's going to send them in towards B. And Wakati has come off of this to try and find the conclusive flank. But instead now, they will have a chance to defend this C4. Still a big misread of the presence there for Liquid. Giving an opportunity over now. Nades a little early. So it's not quite as impactful as it could otherwise be. There's still 2 unarmored players. 3 unarmored players, rather.
No.
But now it is just a wounded Nertz. How many can he collect on this face? First one down. Looking for more. On the brawl, Nertz only good for the 1. And that means we are going right back into the blender. It's a success. They found the light sight. They've got the right idea. Wakati playing on the edge of the smoke. This is interesting. Has he been spotted? No, not able to get these kills. And now in the pit, Jota needs to deliver a multi. He'll do exactly that. Pixel perfect on the spray. Jota holds strong here from the pit. And now he's got support just on the edge of this moto smoke. A flank coming through, but Jota needs no help. 4 kills all his own. And Ultimate, a desperate plant here to at least secure money to keep them going on the Liquid side. But this one's looking all Aurora. Moto player activates. Ultimate has a chance. He's looking for the headshot. Major knife out, trying to bait time for Woxic to get through, but Major will finish this off himself.
Wow, you know, Major realized the situation he's in, right? So he's trying to peek around, and
they're going to let Aurora brawl. And then maybe go for a little late control. And that's what Nerds is doing now. Taking up the room, taking up the round. But Aurora had the same idea. Playing a much more default look. Not going for the full-on brawl. Shoulder peek and gets himself some information, but Woxic can't land his shot. It's Nap instead for the punish, looking for the second. That's too much to ask.
Still damage.
Damage is done, but Jota has been ferocious, so that would be a scalp you would love to have early. Smoke's getting thrown for that long wrap here on A. And that's going to pull over the presence. You can see Xantaras has floated. It's just Major here in defensive B, but he's got a full belt of util to do it. No smoke, though. And as Twist gets cleaned up, now he knows that Incendiary is just a stall. Nades to punish. He's dumping the util HE after HE. And this one might find home. Smoke pop on. Another one available. Liquid are thinking, how many nades does this guy have? Another one. They gave him all of the HE grenades. But the bomb still finds its way down. And there is a man advantage here. But at least those nades have been expended. There's no more util for Liquid. They cannot shut off any of these choke points. The kill on the banana player is going to be critical. If Jota picks his timing right here, it could be the dagger in the back to finish off this side defense. And here it comes. Antares finds the one. Now they're looking away. And that's exactly when the flank activates. No mercy. You just can't look the right way if you're Liquid. And Aurora continue the streak of rounds.
This is already proving to be quite rough here for the Liquid side. Look, they got one more round here. Make it 8-4. At least it's something. Salvage one more round. But so far, Aurora have had their number. And then Xantaras, the opening pick at Banana. The util keeps sailing in, and Major lines up too and knocks him down. 5v2 in favor of Aurora. Naf manages to get one back here, Mike, but he's already deleted as well, and Twist might soon follow.
Hero play required. There was a time for Twist to shine. He's got the time. He's got a minute on the clock. But there is so much work to do. An overextension here from Wakati, though. Works out beautifully. Because Twist is looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Wary, paranoid about where he could be coming from. And the bullet will find his back all the same. Yeah, super active, super in your face. The individuals are sharp right now. You wouldn't believe they were in Kazakhstan 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Wakadia, Jota looking dialed in here. Meanwhile, the stars, somewhat missing for Liquid, not bringing the same firepower. Nerds in particular, as that B presence has had a tough time of it. Let's see if he can do better here on the defense. Dancing around coffins, desperately looking for a headshot. Shui's trying to make some noise. Oh, thought he found a gap. Thought he found some space, but it was all a trap. Nerds can't punish. And this one's over before it even begins. Twists, what kind of magic do you have for us right now? What's next in your bag of tricks? Out of bullets, out of chances, out, perhaps, of Inferno.
That's always a good thing to have. You need that positive guy, no matter the circumstances. You know, if it's going badly, you need someone just be like, hey guys, whatever, let's go. Let's get it going once more, even if it's not looking great. So it kind of...
Speaking of not looking great.
Yeah, well, maybe Liquid needs that right now, essentially, is what I was getting to.
Chips have once again been pushed all the way in. This time, though, Naf find the first bluff. A second as well. Jota overlooks the tuck in Boiler. Suddenly, there might be signs of life here. There's a pulse for Liquid at the very least, but all these players are stuck in apps. So as that Molotov goes down, perhaps they could just be avoided, but Ultimate swings into it. Puts it all on black, and it comes up for him. Loses track of Zantares, and we know Zantares can still bring these rounds through. Sumi Shuei to occupy a position on A. Nertz has shown face, so now he wants to back away. Shuei on the fight, though. These fights so isolated. That's not how you want to deal with Zantares. The Turkish Terminator here has identified his targets, has ripped their heads from their shoulders, and now he only needs one more. So the dream for Liquid might be quieting because Zantares has his crosshair on the right line, but Nerds, the faster trigger pull. Time for the defuse. Little celebration. A moment to breathe, perhaps. No util there.
Really? Sorry.
But a defuse on...
Because it was a 1v4 that almost slips through your fingers. So Aurora still have to be feeling good here. And Zantara says, hey, boss, what are you doing here? Why are you charging down Banana? Nerds does get the response. So it will be a 4v4. Aurora going to readjust off of that.
In the meantime, they're headed B. And it's just Nerds. With a quickly dwindling utility belt. Good to a one on Jota. When did they read that that was the lurk? When does the rotation come through? Ultimate sticking around, but its presence headed towards B. Right now, Nerds knows he needs to hold the line. Flashbang on, can't find the kill. Tried to dodge it, but mistimed. And now the bomb planted in a 3-on-3 with no retake util to speak of. One flashbang to get them through a choke point. And Major wants a killing blow. He's already taken up the angle towards Church. Thinks better of it. Flashbang through. Flashbang catches. Kills on. But Woxic still very much the enforcer. And now Ultimate, no crosshair of his own, no scope of his own, rather. Has got to do it all with the AK. Trying to chase down one of these kills, but Major has already rerouted and funneling into that op. Woxic will be happy to stand and deliver.
And he will absolutely punish you every time. 12-4 in favor of Aurora, and here comes the last stand for Liquid. 3 MP9s and 2 Deagles. Nap does get one charging down mid. Major immediately finds the trade, and Nap will keep going. At least he gets a couple here and makes things interesting, but they've still got so much to work on here on the defensive side and very little. Oh, Twist, nice shot. Oh, Twist, okay.
Oh, boy. Magic on the Deagle. Russell Van Dolken. Woxic's made the nose now. They certainly do know. The element of surprise is gone, and Woxic's operating as if he doesn't expect a player on the site itself. They're distracting with the bullets as well, and so Ultimate finds an unsuspecting target. Liquid are not dead yet. Half can be first contact here, trying to block these, just trying to disrupt the setup a little bit. Find himself a bit of an edge, and he does indeed. Players with nades out, not expecting someone to be on the angle, but Naf still can only turn that into one. And Zantares through Twist, unsuspecting of the jump out. It's a mess here on site, and it falls to Nerds, but he's found the first. Time for Wakadia to plan. Nerds wants to play with his expectations as Wakadia comes looking towards Shirt. Nerds starts to slip around. He's thinking Wakadia might just try and leave. And he's going to. But not the direction that you would expect. Wakadia's up in the apartments. They're each trying to anticipate the other's moves. It's shadow boxing right now. So Wakadia will eventually have to go for the drop down. And he's exposed. He's spotted. How is he not killed there? How does that shot not find home? Flashbang on the face, but Nerds will have it on the second dip. With the game on the line, Shuhei waiting for his moment on the flank. This might be Masher. Oh my goodness, Shuhei, you found it all, but it's smoke in your face. He's gonna go through it. He's gonna go through it. This will never be expected. How many targets can he stack? It's all about picking your timing. Flashbang for it. He's crept out. Someone turned.
No
and so
way.
Shuhei only finds the one. Jota. Preternatural sense there. Spidey sense tingling. Saves his team from what could have been disaster. Still ultimate on the line. Connects on the one. They're trying to chase this down. The stack is here. But it falls to just Nerds. And Nerds deleted. Eternal action here on B. As Aurora lock in that bomb and leave everything on to NAF. There's no time for sloth in this. You got to get a move on. Zantares deep by tree will be unexpected, but a face around the fountain. Shots attempting to ring out, but utility comes through at the worst time. And so one to the temple. Zantares puts it through. Liquid's map pick is no more. Inferno claimed for Aurora.
Yeah, the comeback just whittled away there by Aurora.
Understandably, they're trying to get engaged onto it. Now as these players flow into the tunnels, they might just find B's right for the taking. Full engagement, and Nerds getting that early kill is going to help sell it. This is such a wild pistol setup. Coming through from Liquid. Nerds dropped. But the ruse is not done just yet. They're realizing they've got the empty site. This bomb's going to get planted. And now can these players from Long withdraw? They can indeed. You can see Twist is starting to back away. And Aurora are just now figuring out that they've been totally bamboozled. It means they're going to have to be wary of that top mid presence. But Shuei's going to go all the way around the world to do it. Twist just holding on to presence out towards Long. He'll try and get that flank. Through from the ramp peak. Aurora don't want this. They don't want this. Wow. They know. They know. They were hoodwinked. They were bamboozled. They're stuck. There's no escape here. And the question is just how many sets of armor can they get out with Twists? We'll make sure it falls to just the one. Zantares backing away, trying to keep himself alive, but Ultimate's going to swing right into the fray. And make sure that there is nothing to have out of Aurora. Now that is a pistol strat. Should be a good piece to have late into this round. Seems like this is going to be a split in towards B. All top four. Wakadia on the angle with that op. And Jota, the second piece, the kicker. Ultimate's just trying to back away. Do they chase him down? Not yet, but now how do you actually get out of this? Nerds knows he's gained a ton of purchase here, but if Ultimate can get out with that C4, maybe there's a chance. He'll do so. Goes loud for it, has to sprint. Jota hot on his heels, but doesn't want to give up the audio cue, so can he get into lower fast enough? No. Whoo! Tag onto Twists, but they are out of there. Gotta keep moving. Ultimate, you cannot stop now. And a quick punish for Twist, sticking around for a moment. Yes, he can't last longer, but he'll at least give his teammates a chance at the plant. Nerds dodging bullets, needs headshots. It's whack-a-mole here, but Ultimate can find a swing. Those cap boxes catch him off guard. And Aurora find their first. We saw it at the end of Inferno as well. They're bringing it through the dub, and Walks against Antares are still having a conversation about something they want to improve. It's a relentless mentality. Walk sick. Improving the advantage here. Naf cannot catch that kill. Snappy shooting from Wakadia. A face in towards just too many players out towards Long. Ultimate with it all to do. He can get the C4. He can collect on this, but Molotovs to make his life difficult and Wakadia to catch. Quick shot though for Ultimate, boosted up, catches Wakadia, trying to get aggressive, looking for that fight. He's had a lot of success here through the mid doors. This time's not gonna happen. Walks it gone too. Both Oppers out of play. Maja's been able to pick up one of those, but quickly the numbers are thinning, and it's all thanks to the Tom Kahawk missile. He's aware of the timing coming through from the Long players. They're going for the gamble though. Liquid have given it enough chance. Another timing might just work out. Maja back to it. cannot find it on his first shot. Now they know that that op is something to be wary of. Second dip in. The bomb. They can't lose the bomb. Can't drop that over the lip. Now Naf activates. But it's up to Zantares. A chance at the clutch, and he'll take the first. No. And that drops the C4 down. It fell off of the platform. It has to be recovered. And Zantares will announce, no, there's no such thing.
And no gun-on-gun round victories for Liquid. At least here on Dust 2. Major gets tagged there, so he's going to have to back off. Zantares, ooh, Util in his hands. Okay, could get caught. He does. Deagles are working so far. That's an upgrade available for them as well. Major under pressure, throws the nade and fades off in towards CT. That's a bomb plant.
He knew he had to. He knew he had to. Sardi tremendous at the time through that smoke for Shuei. Catches another. Now these players, they're forced in towards CT, and as soon as they realize, I mean, this is a pinch. This is a pull. There's no reason to face. There's no reason to face, but they're going to drop down. And it's all just on Amager. They didn't need to fight this, but they chose to. And as Amager tries to sweep out his sight lines, he will be overwhelmed. Guns picked back up. And they got the players in the right place. The op is here. Masha's trying to block smokes. Trying to create gaps for his teammates to exploit. That can't be had. The off now revealed. Walks no quarter. Nowhere to bail out to. And provided this bomb gets off of long, the chance should be gone. There's a scope on his angle. Jota at least can slip the gap and a face back in. A bad miss, and suddenly this round's back in question. The MP9s finding their way. The bomb planted, ticking on down, but look at the damage that's been brought through. The health is getting low. Nertz can hold the line. Twist to follow it up. Falls to Zantares, but he's got his trusty AK, and Zantares finds the first on the spray. One more bullet needed for Twists. One more bullet needed, and Zantares again. Clutch after clutch. He will give Liquid nothing.
Correction, not 5 rounds in a row, but 5 of the last 6 for Aurora. And there's Woxic winning the fight against Ultimate and making it look clean in the process.
And now an advantage for Aurora, right? So many of these rounds, they've been behind the pale. No tunnel presence, so it's less of a split and more just a mid to be. Nobody playing close to this. And a re-smoke on to make absolutely sure they'll have no vision, but it's Wakati instead that they needed to be worried about here at the window and through the windshield. Jota eliminates 2. Naf alone. He's familiar with this spot, but it's a dire situation once again. 1v5, no scope, no hit, no round.
I mean, just walking out with no util available to you onto that B site and...
All right, and we're back to desperation. Hero rifle out, Hero scout out. Only 2 sets of armor. They know they need to get something improbable to work out their way, so they will try, but Shuhei with the deagle and Twist with that hero rifle to follow it up. Now things are getting interesting. Where the guns might fail. You mentioned it before here, John. Sometimes the deagles can light the way. And now guns are getting retrieved. Extra rifles, extra firepower to this, but only the deagles required. Shuhei continues to knock targets off of heads. Woxic, the final boss here, holding court out towards long, but there's too many to find.
Maybe now we're seeing flashes of it. Perhaps he can awaken here on Dust 2 to bring them back into it. A 5th round is fantastic. Now the aggression comes through from Aurora. They go into lower, catch Naf by his lonesome, and then Woxic catches Nertz. They just collapse on mid.
This is the flip side of it, right? Is that as much as you might be able to bring through the 4 spies, well, Aurora are so happy to bring it back in turn. Aggression all the way. Suffocation from Aurora and a lead to send us to the break. By his standards, this is a very quiet one. But of course, just when they could have used a little bit of a quieter one, it comes through. Ultimate in trouble here. Flashbang good. Fight lost. Sight lost. Bomb down. Naf at least can bring back 1, and Shuhei holds on to this presence out towards long. Wakadia is revealed, but it just means that these players from sight are going to come try and find the pinch. He knows he needs to isolate this fight one way or another, and Shuhei eventually overwhelmed. But it doesn't mean they've totally given up this site.
Yeah.
The bomb's planted for them. They're content to play the firing squad. Though that firing squad will have 1 fewer number now. Twist knows he needs the fight. He's got a flashbang. He's got a kit. He could deploy it, but it's the 10-second defuse that they were on. No, Twist has come back over with the kit they got off of it. Has to stick. Has to pray that they can't find the shots that they need. And so far, they're going astray. The pistol round is Liquid's. The Galils, good read of the situation. But you're still going to have to hit your shots, and we know how deadly Aurora are on these rounds. Naf is about to have a target-rich environment. A lot of damage. Kills, not quite yet, and they're overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed. This is a save. This is over. The B players needed to get some sort of impact to make this possible. And so it is immediately Aurora back into the lead, back into control. They never quite gave it up, but now they certainly won't be.
Yeah, that's one change that I wasn't necessarily embracing, is the fact that we have to limit the amount.
Not coming back now.
But let's not harp on it. It's never coming back. Which is
never coming back.
It's on Terrace. He's coming back here into mid, and he'll lose the fight up against Twist.
So there's an opener. That would be how it would start. Again, they're trying to go for this B play, but this time Ultimate will be quick on the flank. Problem is, Ultimate has like all of the utility, and this is not exactly the spot where you can deploy it best. If they head down lower, could get a kill, drop a smoke, get out of there, but they're not going to. Instead, it's really going to need to be Naf with this MP9. Coming close up, what can he do? Nothing last time. This time, though, 1 damage onto the second. Ultimate snipes that bomb off of the flank, but speaking of sniping, Woxic's looking pretty good on the scope, and now he's got that C4 and he's out of there. The health is not good. Certainly Liquid are going to attempt this. So Woxic will be back and around, and Jota is that Joker here in the middle of the map. With Sneaky Wildcard in the deck. Here's these footsteps. They have no idea. They have no idea. Nert's knife out, gives it to him. Shuhei can at least deal with that 1-for-1, but now Woxic has all the time in the world to watch this bomb. Planted it for himself. Certainly knows that on the face. They've got no smoke to cover this. They do have the kits, but they need to get on it sooner rather than later. And Woxic expects the first phase to come from low. He's read this beautifully. And so his scope will pluck away too again. Sure, if he goes through those doors, he's going to be in trouble. Naf is still a little bit of a problem, but with just an MP9, those range engagements don't favor him. Santara is able to take the first, anticipates the Shuhei swing. Gonna try and make this messy, but the kills continue to stack up for Aurora. Shuhei, though, not fracking IGL, the difference maker here, and now they need to adjust the defense. Major and Woxic trying to get out towards the ramp. This nucleus of players here in middle starts to shift up. They're well positioned for the B split. Twist's a bit of a problem here, but he has to pick his timing. He has to pick it perfectly, and they are straight in towards B. Spray all over. They don't even realize it yet. Now they've been rumbled, but which way do you turn? Naf bails them out. Twist chiming in for 1 on that flank, and it falls just to Woxic, who knows this one's a non-starter. As many improbable clutches as have occurred. There's 5 players alive. They haven't taken a bullet of damage. And the fast-paced take from Aurora meets a wall of Liquid.
Yeah, finally a round where Liquid can claim victory with the guns out on both sides. A lot of these wins, in fact, most of them have been coming through either in pistol rounds or in the eco. And this one, fairly convincing. Yeah, that's fantastic for a CT side. So
the ball is in Liquid court. Timing on that incendiary is good, but spacing is better. They find the gap. Twist trying to come through to the rescue. He'll do exactly that. And this is where that incendiary sectioning off a player works out. Twist tucks into the corner. They know he's here, but he swings into the fray. Still the op shot lands. And when does Santaras activate? Right now! A critical kill. Impact, as we have seen. It falls to Shuhei, the new man. The captain of the squad. Now he's got to prove himself in front of his boys. Coming out the window. Here's the approach. Can't find the headshot. Presented the opportunity. Woxic is so low, but he's got that op. He just needs the one shot. And Major with a reposition. And a re-smoke. That makes this so challenging. Shuhei trying to play his angles, but Major anticipated that. And so Shuhei's just going to back away. He has to risk this. There's so much on the line in this round. But he's been given nothing. A reapproach back in.
There's no time now.
Through the window. Narrowest of margins. He's hoping to pull off of the site. Maybe give him a chance. They will indeed. The punish, it matters. He can't win this round. But he can make sure that no one survives through. Major does. 2 HP, he survives.
Aurora did a great job overloading that site with the MAC-10s, as we already alluded to. They've done it a couple of times so far here on Dust 2. Great opener from Nerds with the 8OP. Double ops finally coming out for Liquid. Finally had enough money to employ that. 5v4 edge not done yet. Ultimate's looking for something into lower tunnels. I don't know if he spotted that player, but now he throws the nade. Does a little bit of damage to Zantares, but he's not going to be deterred at all in his hunt.
There's looking for that next engagement, that next target. Might have it. Walksick here. Coming down mid. In the crosshair of Nerds. He finds it first. Elbow peeking around the corner. That's enough to find the head. And now Nap has to hold the line at B. Only one. Only one. Don't know that that's enough. Smoke to block Walksick. He wants to go through. Pick your timing. Walksick. And he's chosen poorly. That box was a little too thick, ultimate.
Yeah.
It would have been on if there weren't a few bricks in the way. The stone of those bricks will shield Zantares' dome. And Zantares, he wants to push around. He wants to find the brawl. Ultimate to jump up at the wrong moment, but the swing back out. Caught by Shuey. It falls to Akadia. Faces on the first. Most of his health. He needs the headshot here. Shuey dancing around the box. This time, this clutch must be attempted. The round's still in doubt. And there's time enough. He has to find that bomb. He has to find that bomb. I don't think he has it.
No, I don't think so.
Is it too far gone? He's just got it.
Oh my god. Maybe half a second left on that as Shuey.
Flashbang set up a peek, but Zantares was waiting for that. Nimbly dodged. Shuey gone. And again, these limited buys do not slow Aurora down. Not a jot. Trying to find the moments on the smoke pops, but no one's crossed just yet. They've got to be wary. Can't let these things fade. There's nothing else to cover it off. Last smoke deployed, and now they walk. It's in here to create some space, but ultimate, he spotted a player, couldn't get the kill, and in the flames he will burn. On the edge of the smoke, gone is Twists. And just like that, the defense evaporates. They have been dispelled, cast out of this site. And so Aurora, off of the wounded weapons.
Oh.
Series point on deck, even with this low HP. The kills that they found from Nerds and Naf, they might just allow the save, but they will not be affording them the round.
Yeah. Aurora trying to chase aggressively, so I mean, credit to Liquid to damage their economy still. Like, it's not stabilized at all on the Aurora side, but they're so hungry to make life difficult for Liquid on the other side that, yeah, they chase. And I guess it pays off in the end because it's only Naf left standing, and the money, oh my god, it is absolutely abysmal. Yeah.
At the Intel Extreme Masters Dallas, it hangs in the balance. A chance to play before their home crowd. The players, they may come from different lands. York will always have a home in Dallas, in NA, and they might not get a chance to see it. Jota looking to be the tip of that spear, plunged into the side of Naf, and so he bleeds, and so the B site is opened. An advantage for Liquid in the numbers, but the bomb plant cannot be denied, and through the door, through the smoke, Walksick finds one. And so the pieces are falling off the board here for Liquid. They need a master stroke. Some sort of magic move, and instead it's Wakadia making it that much more difficult. Chipping away at the health. A retake will be on, but they have to wait for these smokes. There is no kit here, John. It's dire. So here comes the util. Here comes the exchange. Wakadia brings it down to just the one. It's all on Nerds. It's all on Nerds, and Walksick will not let him through that window. This is Aurora's site. This is Aurora's map, and Aurora are fighting here in Dallas.
Oh man, Aurora move on. Liquid are out, and it was a tough series for Liquid from beginning to end, kind of fighting their crosshairs. Nap in particular